Hi guys, this is Neil McGurk, Division Disaster Director for Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas, and wanted to give you a quick tutorial on how to use Twitter to gain situational awareness during the immediate after effects of a disaster. So this is a tool that I use very frequently whenever we have severe storms or wildfires or really anything that's impacting Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. The real first place that I go to gain situational awareness is Twitter. And the great thing about this is you don't actually have to be a Twitter user. You can just go onto the main page, if anything, up here and use the search bar up here. So one thing I do want to mention before we start this, recognize that when you're using Twitter, to help gain situational awareness, you may not be getting pure facts. Really, you're more going to be getting information that will help you know where to go to get more information, to confirm the things that you're hearing. So the reason Twitter is such a good tool is that when a disaster happens, people start tweeting, they start tweeting pictures, they start doing whatever they can to start talking about the event, and they use it in the social space here. And so you don't have to follow any individual in order to gather this information. I'm going to show you exactly how you can use the search feature to gather situational awareness. So right now we don't have any severe storms that are moving through Texas, Arizona, New Mexico. We do have a wildfire. Again, I'm recording this on March 29th. And we have a wildfire in the community of Ruidoso, New Mexico. So this wildfire has been going on for a while, and so we may not be able to get a lot of really up-to-date tweets. But I'm going to show you exactly how to use this tool and how I use this tool when we do have impending events. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to the Twitter search bar, and I'm going to type in Ruidoso fire, and I'll just hit enter. And so it searches for all the things for the Ruidoso fire. And what it comes up here is comes up with sort of the top tweets. What I'm going to do is change it from top tweets and photos and things like that. I'm going to go to live tweets. And so what this will do is this will tell me where the terms Ruidoso and fire have popped up in real time. So we can see here there's a couple some news stories. This was 16 minutes ago. This was 24 minutes ago. Again, it's not just news stories that we're looking for. We're looking for any situational intelligence and information that will help us know what's going on within the community. And again, I may not be in Ruidoso. I'm not in Ruidoso right now. So I'm really looking for anything that will help tell me more about what's going on. So I've got some news stories. Again, that's going to be helpful. But when the event has just occurred, and again, I'm recommending using Twitter for when an event has just occurred. You're really not going to be at news stories right now. You're going to be at community information. And so here's one. This is 42 minutes ago. So this is where an individual has said that school has been canceled at Ruidoso High School and Ruidoso Middle School tomorrow. Again, nothing about homes that have burned or anything like that. What we can tell you is that there are impacts within the community. They've canceled schools because of this fire. Now, what I'm going to do at this point, if I was taking this for situational awareness, I am not going to just accept this as fact. This will help me narrow in on more information to gather. So I'm going to gather and see, okay, well, why are I'm going to confirm with actual officials that the high school and the middle school are actually closed and figure out why. Is it because the fire is threatening an area? Are there areas, are they threatening the high school, the middle school? And if so, if they are threatening the high school and middle school, are there homes around that area? Are there homes that are being evacuated because of this? So again, I'm using this to gather more information, to have an idea of what's happening within the impacted area, gathered information, and then using it to refine my situational information about what's going on the ground. So we could also use this, when you have severe weather or tornadoes or things like that. So we don't have any floods that have just happened. We do have an ongoing flood. But let's just, for the sake of this tutorial, let's assume that a flood has impacted the town of Deweyville, Texas. Now, the town of Deweyville has been impacted by a flood, and we currently have a relief operation ongoing right there. But what I'm going to do, let's assuming that the town of Deweyville has just been impacted, I am going to type in Deweyville, and I'll type in flood, and then I'll switch to live. And again, you're going to see different things with Deweyville and flood that have popped up. Again, we currently have an operation ongoing within Deweyville right now, so you're seeing the same types of things. But if this was a flash flood that has just happened, you may start to see individuals tweeting about damage at their homes, about damage that they're seeing in the community, those types of things. And so that will, again, it's not going to give you the full picture. It's going to help you refine the picture. And so I've typed in Deweyville flood. I may, always try to, when a disaster is impending, I always try to type in a few different things. If I know there's a tornado warning in a community, I'll type in that community and tornado, or that community and damage. So I'm going to type in Deweyville and damage. And so here I'm going to go back to live, and here we have an individual who's posted at his friend's house that that he went to his friend's house in Deweyville, and the water was this high in the home. And you can see that's a significant amount of water in the house. Again, it doesn't list an address. We're not going to be able to do an official damage assessment off of this tweet. But if an impending disaster has just happened, and someone posts a picture or posts a tweet about damage in this community, at least what it tells you is that there is the potential for damage in this community, that someone in Deweyville has said that they have had significant flood in their home. It allows you to target and gather more information from local emergency management. So if this flood had just happened and I didn't have any information about what was going on in Deweyville, and I pulled up this tweet, this would tell me that someone says that there is damage in Deweyville. And so then I would go to the emergency manager and have a conversation and say, hey, we've been monitoring social media, and we saw a tweet that someone says that they have, maybe 3 feet of water inside the living space of their home. And so based on that, what are you seeing? What are you hearing? Again, you use it to gather more information. So this is when we've talked a lot about being proactive when a disaster strikes. This is one way to be proactive, is by monitoring social media and by actively searching social media for situational awareness information. We do this instead of just waiting for someone to call. That's the reactive approach. If you're just waiting, you're seeing tornado warnings, you're seeing flash flood warnings, you're seeing things, and you're saying, oh, well, someone will call me if there's an issue, that's reactive. We want our teams to be proactive. And one way, an excellent way to be proactive, is by monitoring social media and actively searching through Twitter for damage, flood, tornado, wind, homes, those types of things, and seeing what you find. One thing that I also do is if I'm searching, if I see that there's been a tornado impact or something like that, and 30 minutes, an hour has gone by, and I'm not seeing any tweets about damage, well, then I start to rest a little easier. I start to realize that, if there were significant amounts of damage, we would start to see it on social media. So again, great tool. Highly encourage you guys to use it. This is a great way to be proactive in monitoring disasters.